This is a 2000 Volkswagen Jetta. I picked this car up off of Facebook Marketplace for around $800, and I have to say, that was a steal. It's a good running car, but the only downside is it's not very great for having the 2.0 engine and just an automatic. There are many flaws with it, but the car is great for what it is thus far. Sure, it does have one mirror broken. I cannot see out of the rear window, and half of the center caps are missing. But it is a good running car, as far as I know, since I just bought it. Now the car is small, and it only can hold 5 people, 5 small people. That is, if you are 6 foot tall and you sit in the driver's seat, and you are 5 foot tall and you have to sit in the rear seat, the 5 foot tall person simply cannot sit in the rear seat. It is too small to accommodate that person. Since I just bought this, I have yet to go to the DMV and get the tags for it, but I will do a quick demonstration later on in the video of how it performs while driving. Let's take a tour around the car. We'll start with the outside. This particular model, as stated before, has the 2.0 engine, and the hood is flawed. It has dents and scratches. The paint is peeling all over the car. You can see here, this is the only tire with the center cap, and well, let's just say I'm going to change those later. This, well, you might be asking, why do you have this tow mirror on a Jetta? Well, this car has a broken window there, and so I said, hey, I got these laying around, why not put them to use? Now this car has the gas cap right here, and this is the trunk. Now the trunk is very spacious, and we'll get to that in a moment. And it has the rear window with this antenna on the top, as was normal cars of this time period. On this side of the car, there is even more paint coming off. And we'll get to the interior in a moment. And this car does have a sunroof. Now, let me take you inside the car. Another flaw with this car is it is unlocked, as you can see in these, but it won't open. I always have to use the key, but since the key is currently inside the car, I just left my window down. Now, as we can see in the car, you know, it's got some flaws for an $800 car, and being 17 years old. Let's hop on in here. The car does have no cup holders. As you can see, there is a spot for one. When I purchased the car, well, let's just say it was missing. And there's a spot right here. You can hold your CDs or anything like that. It does have an aftermarket radio that was put in by the last owner. And, well, for an $800 car, let's just say there's no air conditioning. You have the hazard lights there, air conditioning vents, well, what should be. Over here you have your lights, your turn signals there, and your wiper controls there. In the center we have the emergency brake and the shifter. Here we have some sort of like ashtray, which is not really found in many modern cars. And we have the 12-volt power outlet, which I thought was the only one in the car, but I looked in the trunk and there happened to be another one. Here we have the glove box, which I'm not going to open because it too is broke and it will fall off and I'll have to spend a lot of time on that. But it does have cup holders in there, but I'm not sure why. And like the Jettas and the Golfs of this time had, it has the cloth door panels. We can see the cracked window there. And here is the, let's see, center console, but it's broke, so I have to keep this rubber band on it. And then there's the back seat, and we'll get to there in a minute. As you can see, has a very wide view out of the windshield, and I have a hard time seeing out of the rear window because somebody decided to put a tint on the window and they failed horribly. Everything this car has, it has the visor, just like any car. But a neat thing, I've never had a Volkswagen, so I don't know if it's in all of them. But when you open this, the light comes on. It's pretty cool. And like I said, there is a sunroof. And let's turn on the car so we can open that. And there's the sunroof. I'll turn the car off and then we can do a inspection of the rear of the car. I'm about to climb in the rear of the car, and let me just say, it's no Escalade. There's no real leg room. And I do have the seat back this far to make it even possible for me to drive in the front seat and my passenger to be comfortable up there. Now, just like the front door panels, it has the cloth. It does have speakers. And every door, you can see out the windshield there. And then, let me show you what I was talking about, this bubbliness in the tint. You see that? It's very bubbly in these three rear windows. And I literally cannot see through it when I even try to drive. And there's even some on this, whether or not you can tell or not. Another feature this car has, it has this cup holder, but as I stated before, it's really broke, you know. It doesn't go in. It won't hold any cups, even if it is the 2-year-old sippy cup. And another feature this car has is there's, well, a spot to put things. What's a good car without a spot to put things? It has the seat pockets. You know, if you want to put pockets on your seats, that's cool, I guess. While I'm on the exterior of the car, I figured I'd show you the key fob. Now, this is a normal key fob that you'd see today in 2017, but I thought it was cool because the Germans are way ahead of the Americans, and, well, let's just say their technology is too. Unfortunately for this key fob, the middle button does not work, so I can't open the trunk like that. And the top button is the lock, and the bottom is the unlock. Now, let's look inside the trunk. Now, inside the trunk, I just have some things here. I have the rear headrest and the driver's floor mat because it was extremely ripped up in parts. And then I have the other spare mirror. Over there you can see some crap that was left in here. And here's that second outlet I was telling you about. And there's even a little storage space here. On this side, the the car has a special feature. Now, I'm not quite sure how this special feature works, but it seems how I just bought the car. But this, it does seem to have a 6-disc CD compartment, if you're into that. The previous owner was probably into music, so they probably had their tunes thumping in here. Let's see under this floor panel back here. Under the floor panel you can see the spare tire. It's nothing special. Most cars of this size have that in this area. So this is the trunk. This has been all the quirks and features you can find on the inside of the MK4 Jetta. So let's check out the engine bay. This has been part 1 of the Jetta review. Part 2 will be coming out soon. Thank you for watching.